I'm SGTxBobcat, and this is Delta Halo. Hey, what's up, everybody? Sergeant here with MattyIce and Cat again. I heard Cat talking before the show saying he wants each and every one of you to subscribe to the podcast. So do it for the cat. Do it for the cat. So what do you guys been playing this week? There were some big releases that came out last week.
So I'll admit it, I broke down and I bought The Division. I've been playing that for the last couple of days.
Oh yeah.
To be honest, I think the beta was fun, but it kind of got boring really fast. But it was really just, I guess, because it was only until level 7, so...
You get peaked, too. You hit, you don't have anything else to do, right? So, a couple missions, and then you were done.
And, the missions right now, they're really good. I think it plays a little bit smoother, too, than the beta. I think the shooting feels smoother, and the weapon change and everything.
Yeah, I agree.
Definitely a big difference there. And I'm still up in the air if it's going to really retain attention at the end level gaming, though. Because, you got the Dark Zone, but that's really all you have at end game.
Well, the first free update in April is going to be Incursions, whatever that is. I don't know if that's going to be raids or waves of enemies. I don't know, but that'll be the first
Both
one.
Will be cool.
I'm assuming it'll be end game.
April, huh? Free updates.
Yeah.
So we got Division last week, too. Started playing it a little bit. We didn't get as long as we wanted to kind of get into it. Everyone was traveling all over the place and stuff like that. So I went up to Detroit, and Showrunners went to Indiana, wherever he is right now. So we got a solid 10, 12 hours in.
I got maybe 4 hours.
Yeah.
That's probably all I got into it. But I gotta say, I was definitely falling into that very judgmental beta alpha player where I totally judged the end product and what it was going to be like just from the alpha, when that's not at all what you're supposed to do.
Yeah, that's the complete opposite of what they're going for.
I tried staying open, but I just couldn't for some reason.
To be honest, the main thing that somebody told me that changed my mind and why I actually bought it, because I was playing Halo, and I had it in my mind that, I'm fine with Halo. Overwatch will be coming out in a month or a month and a half or whatever. Mm-hmm. And... I can make it. But the kid that bought it, and he was playing Halo with me, was telling me he bought it, and the main reason he bought it was just because this developer is actually maintaining it and fixing things that are broken fast. They're really putting their all into this game. The free update coming out in April, that's just more on top of it. So that really is what just made me decide to actually want it.
Yeah, there's...
that's awesome. You don't see that as much.
Yeah, so...
I'm going to hold off my praise for Ubisoft, though, because they do have a little bit of reputation.
So the thing about this is they had, 4 different studios working on it. They had, Massive, they had a few different Ubisoft studios. They had a ton of different studios working on this. So, Ubisoft publishing it, you can never really tell what's going to come out, but...
I know, not like Assassin's Creed hasn't had.
They took their time with this game too, right? So when did they freaking announce this damn game? 3 years ago?
A long time ago. And that's the thing. They rush Assassin's Creed games out like crazy, completely broken. They do. But it is good that they took their time with this one.
Yeah, I'm not sure why they decided that a new Assassin's Creed every year marketing plan was a good marketing plan.
Just crammed them down
our throats. Thank Call of Duty for that. So, they have each different studio.
Who here plays Call of Duty?
True.
Yeah, I know, right. Because Ubisoft does it, they do each different studio does 2 years. So, one makes one year, and another one makes another year. That's just because they have 8 different studios all over the place.
Yeah.
But yeah, we talked about it. Me and Sergeant talked about it a little bit, kind of about the Division and what our initial thoughts were and stuff like that. And I said, kind of I don't know how much content there's going to be. I'm not sure we're going to rip through it fast enough to be shit, what am I going to do now? You know what I mean? It seems like it's going to be perfect for what our time and play time is, we won't have to stop playing Halo to focus on this game, It's not like something like WoW where you have to exclusively play that, you can just kind of go at your own pace. We can play together because that's kind of, it's a multiplayer game, but it's not an MMO like WoW where everyone's crammed into one world. The Dark Zone kind of is, but you kind of have your own little thing going on. So
I feel like that's the big piece for me that I like about the division. There's so many people talking about the grind is so real and it's so intense. It's just like Destiny. You're grinding again to get to endgame. And maybe at some point I will feel that, but I haven't yet, given I've only played a few hours. But I think it's really fun to just go and explore and play the game right now and not worry about the grind, not worry about pushing for max level. I'm just enjoying playing it right now. I think the stories are fun, and I think the whole story that they have set up for the game of how the outbreak started and now kind of rebuilding and exploring and investigating what happened. I think it's cool, and it's holding my attention so far, at least.
Yeah, they do really good cut screens. I'm feeling some of the grind, just because Alpaca Tackler, one of our other buddies, has it too, and we started at the same time. And like right now, he's playing, and I feel like I just want to go play it so he doesn't get ahead of me. So it's got me hooked a little bit for sure, and I see the grind there, but it rewards you so good with the loot system.
Yeah.
Like you're always getting so much stuff,
like
and there's so much stuff.
Yeah.
There's a million things you can upgrade.
And that's the thing. Like, you're not just upgrading your gear either. Like, you're unlocking perks, abilities, things for your home base. Like, there's
perks
so
for
much.
Abilities.
Yeah, there's so
crafting
much.
and stuff too in there too.
Yeah.
Crafting.
Yeah, definitely. It's cool.
a good
I like it.
I recommend the purchase, and I'm glad I purchased it. So
Yeah.
We were all on the fence, and we're all over the fence.
Yeah, I think...
hanging out in the grass.
I think it's...
the other side.
Yeah. 6 thumbs up. 2. 5. 5 thumbs up from the Delta Halo crew. 5 of 6.
Don't ask where the other thumb is. Hey.
Hell.
hey.
But before we go any further, I got to do a quick shout out to our listener Aaron VBG17. He sent us a rad email this past week, helping us kind of give a workaround for the rec card issue that we were talking about. Kat and I were talking about last episode. When you go into Warzone and they don't load, it just continually tries to connect to the server. He sent us a little email, told us a quick workaround. All you got to do is go into your rec cards. If it's not processing them, back out to dashboard and quit and start it back up again. Super simple. It's annoying that we have to do that workaround, but shout out to him for sending us that email.
Yeah, and Sargent actually went on and tested it, right? So
yeah,
it does work.
It does work, yeah. You're basically just reconnecting, and I mean, it takes a minute to do, so yeah, before you jump into Warzone, if you can't see your recs, don't start a game.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome. Just remember, if you hear anything on the show, you can go to espawngaming@gmail.com like he did, and anything, tell us stuff like that. We love that stuff. So
tell us we suck. Whatever.
Hate all you want.
We don't suck.
More of the good stuff.
Yeah,
it's gonna be 8 emails. You suck. MattyIce sucks.
That'll make your day.
6 are from me though.
Yeah, right.
Just goes and opens random email accounts.
Anonymous, and I suck again.
Anonymous 1, Anonymous 2. What?
Too funny.
It's just gonna be Robcat. 1, 2, and 3.
I wonder who that is. So, 343 released some new DLC news for the Ghosts of Meridian DLC. And if you think back to last episode where we had our predictions, Kat thought it was going to be... What was your prediction?
It
was like a relic. So you were thinking it was going to be a relic remake.
Yeah,
right?
it was going to be a relic.
Wider than it is long.
I think I was kind of on board with it being a relic remake. The screenshot made it look like that. I think I was half right because Meridian being the mining planet as it is, that's where it's going to take place. And the name of the map is Skirmish at Dark Star, but it's going to be a Warzone map. So we've had 3 Warzone maps so far. We launched with 3. We got a 4th, which was Battle of Noctis. Now we have a 5th, Skirmish at Darkside, releasing, and it's going to take place on Meridian with what looks like a large...
Yes.
Large derelict ship in the middle of the map. They only released one screenshot for it, but it looks pretty cool. I mean, it's got a completely different vibe than all the other maps.
Yeah, which is cool, right? I mean, you see some, new stuff thrown out there, and
yeah, they can't have the same art style.
Sure, we'll take it.
Yeah, you better take it.
Yeah, well.
So they're also rolling out a new mantis as well. They had a screenshot for that. It's the Hannibal mantis. It looks pretty sick.
Does it eat things? It should eat things.
It should. It would be awesome if it could just like pick Spartans up. I don't know if I would necessarily want
just
to
eats
eat
their face
things.
off.
That'd be a little intense, but yeah. Just puts the lotion in the basket.
Staying with the theme, I mean.
But that's coming out, and that looks pretty sick. Have you had a chance to check this stuff out, Kat?
Uh-oh. We lost audio.
There he is.
Cat down.
He's at it again.
Cat down.
Muting
No.
his mic.
Man, I muted. I'm sorry.
He's back.
Um,
Sorry, you
the
looked
other
like
one
we
was
were talking
technical
about.
issues. That time I actually muted you. I was just reading it. Because I looked at it at the end of last week, and just work has just destroyed my brain. Meridian's gonna be sick though. I feel like, what if it's a giant relic map? I'm not giving up on the idea of it.
Well, we can't cross that prediction out yet because it hasn't released.
It's true.
I mean, you got the big base in the middle, big ship.
Blake's
That's
it
the
big.
relic, and you got the little base on the outside.
I mean, that is kind of true.
Sometimes the little bases can work.
Yeah, I mean, I'm thinking they got the idea from Relic, so.
Well, we'll see when it comes out. Right now, I think we're 50-50, so don't cross us out yet.
Right.
The last piece in the update from Bravo is they were talking about some rumblings that they were hearing in the community about the Achilles armor and helmet, those commendations that you would have to get for Spartan companies in order to unlock those armors, was causing companies to farm kills in Warzone. And the notorious, company right now, Whiskey, everyone's calling them out for farming kills, not finishing matches, even blocking spawns on Urban Assault so that people cannot even spawn, which is intense. They weren't even farming kills. They were just completely blocking spawns and preventing people from spawning.
Dicks.
Yeah, exactly. It's not even like they were farming. They were world first to get the Achilles helmet, and now they're just kind of trolling hard. So
Come on.
The interesting,
Nice work, community.
Yeah. So
Douchebags.
the interesting thing is, 343 went and ran the numbers and took a look at before and after the announcement of the Achilles armor, and they looked at an increase in differential of kills between the teams. So if there was a huge, exploit of farming kills, you would see this huge increase in the differential of kills, and they didn't really see that. I think it was the random farming here or there, but it wasn't a widespread thing. So that was good to see. They're going to make some tweaks, but the best thing is they're listening, and they went and looked at this just to see if there was actually an issue. And if there wasn't, who cares? At least they went and did the due diligence to try and find out.
Yeah, I mean, I thought something was up, right? And then they're like, "Oh, we'll check to see, what's going on here." So,
I mean, you still have to be pretty good to block spawn spots.
Oh yeah, I mean they're ridiculous.
Like
It's an absolutely loaded company. It's a bunch of really, really good players. So yeah, I mean they're completely being able to communicate and just dominate, and it kind of takes the fun out when you run into that.
Yeah, I guess you didn't foresee a team just being that dominant over it.
No, definitely.
That's crazy. I can't even comprehend trying to communicate with that many people and block spawn spots.
Blocking
spawns.
I commend them a little bit, but stop being.
Literally. If I had a guild leader doing raid callouts and stuff, and
I want to be on that team.
You would. So MattyIce talked about it when we first opened the episode that he was traveling around. He made it out to Detroit, came out to see me for the weekend, And we went to the Gamers Outreach event, Gamers for Giving 2016, over at Eastern Michigan. We were tweeting a lot about it, had a few videos, did a quick recap on our YouTube channel, Espawngaming. So go check that out. We'll have the link to that in the show notes afterwards, so you can go watch that video and get our firsthand recap of it from that day. But Cal, unfortunately, wasn't able to make it, and he wants to talk all about Gamers for Giving. He's curious.
Yeah, I actually do have quite a bit of questions. You got a picture with Walshy. How cool is that?
Yeah, I was so pumped. We were standing there.
He was pumped, too. He was like, hell yeah.
He
was legitimately freaking let's go. Let's take this picture.
So we were sitting up in the stands when we first got there, watching everyone mill around. We saw Walshy kind of came through the crowd and then disappeared. And we went down and we're walking around the Halo tournament area where they had everything set up. And we were just
set up.
Yeah, well, we'll get into that in a little bit here, but they had it all set up, and MattyIce turns around. He's like, "Oh, there's Walshy." And I was like, "Oh, where?" And I turn around and I see him coming right towards us, and I was like, "This is probably my only chance to talk to him." So I just ambushed and was like, "Hey, Walshy, can I get a picture?" And he's like, "Yeah." And he got pumped about it, and then we went on and talked for a few minutes, talked about this podcast. Gamers Outreach, and it was really cool. He's a super cool guy, and
yeah, awesome.
he gave us time. He gave us time to talk to him, and wasn't just like, leave me alone. Like I have other things to do, which is super cool. You never know when you run into people like that how they're gonna be reacting. But he was so chill, so down to earth. It really made my event. It was awesome.
He was the man. He really was. And we were going on about Michigan and the gaming scene in Michigan and stuff like that. And, he was, we talked about it in the recap too, just how, you can tell how pumped he was about, the event and stuff like that too, Yeah. He's like, we do this, we've grown like this, and, we have goals, and we know we want to get there, and, we're going for it,
Yeah, it seemed like he was invested.
Yeah, really. Seriously. He wasn't just there as, the name, as, oh, hey, you see this guy doing the the broadcast for the esports and stuff like that, and he's an ex-pro player, he's a known name in the community. No, he was there and invested in it too. He wasn't just showing up,
Yeah, well, how cool is that? I mean, how do you can't even imagine how he feels about it. He's the awesome announcer for esports gaming, and just people are coming up and asking him for photos and stuff. Of course he's invested, man. That's awesome. I mean, that's cool that it's coming from the gaming community, too.
Yeah, I mean, you wouldn't think you think about however long ago when he first started playing and, really first blew up, you would never expect to be, that type of figure that people, want to talk to, want to take pictures with for video games. It's so cool that it's gotten to that point, and he's still the same guy,
Right. Sergeant was a little starstruck to begin with, too.
I honestly didn't even know what to say.
I was starstruck for you when you sent me the photo. Man, I was sitting at work just so jealous. I just wanted to go so bad.
It was awesome. It was a super cool event.
How did you feel of other gamers attitudes and just personality wise? Just very a lot of different personalities out there?
Yeah, I would say for the most part, everyone was very open, very friendly. If you had a question or wanted to talk about anything, they were more than happy to talk to you for as long as you wanted to talk. I mean, we met a few guys there that came from the Chicago area. They had driven out to play in the tournament and the Halo tournament, and we were just kind of standing there. They came up to us and we just started a conversation up and just started chatting with us. We started, traded gamer tags, and it was just cool. They were super laid back, and I would say from my experience, everyone was really friendly.
Yeah, super nice.
I've had a couple people randomly friend request me since you guys have went. Do they have my name somehow? Because I don't know who these people are. I should probably check it.
I don't know. We're throwing it out there.
Might have been looking for the Delta Halo,
Yeah.
Could be. My name's gamertag's kind of hard to spell though.
It is.
X's and ones and numbers.
Well, we got it in all of our videos, so people may be
8 years old.
it up down in the descriptions there.
Yeah, it was cool. It was a lot of people did were kind of doing their own thing too with the LAN parties and stuff like that. That was a big part of it. I think the one thing we took away was all right, next year we're doing the LAN party. Like, we're just stepping up early, going in for it.
Yeah.
It's for a good cause. We'll put up the money for it to, get however many spaces we need and just have a blast with it. Because you could have a lot of fun doing the LAN part of that game and everything, or of the event and stuff. So it was awesome. It was cool. Super cool. For great cause and stuff and everything. If anyone's is unfamiliar, they make these carts, these gaming carts that they put in the hospitals and stuff like that. So we got to play on one. It was pretty awesome. It was like playing a game on a little TV, and like it was. If it wasn't a medical cart, you wouldn't notice it any different than if you were playing normally. So super cool. They raised a ton of money. So it was great.
And the best thing, they raised a ton of money. You say they shattered their $100,000 goal and hit $119,000. Each go-kart, Gamers Outreach Kart, go-kart, each go-kart costs $4,000 for them to build, and $120,000. That's a lot of carts. And right now they're in 16 hospitals nationwide. And that could grow. Obviously, that could grow. And, it's such a great accomplishment for the organization to see that happen. Everyone come out. They had all the streamers, like Flamesword, Lindsay Elise, Drifter, Mr. Monopoly. They had so many guys, way more
Miss
than
Vixen
that.
was there, too.
Yep. Lady Devan. Just a whole bunch of streamers that and they had all of their subs and followers raising money. I don't know how much they raised on their own, but they did a great job.
Most of them were in the several thousands. Let's put it that way.
I watched Flamesword's stream on Sunday for about an hour, and they were doing a Bob Ross painting competition, which was fantastic because if people donated money to one of the streamers, they could get upgrades or sabotage one of the other streamers for their painting. And it's such a fun idea, like so great. They're like up there, they have no idea how to paint, but they're watching a Bob Ross YouTube video on one side, trying to paint behind him while also trying to like watch out for people giving them glitter bombs and stuff like that. It was just a really creative way for them to raise some money for it, and I thought it was great. It's such a good idea.
Yeah, it was cool. It was we were kind of like, hey, why are they just sitting in their own little VIP area, fenced in type of thing?
Yeah.
But they were there for a purpose, and they did. They put in a lot of hours and put in a lot of work. So give them props. All of them that were in that area, they did awesome, and it was great to see. So, they did their job, made some money.
Mm-hmm.
What kind of brands did you feel as though stuck out during the event?
So we talked to the guys at Cinch Gaming. They are actually local to me. They are about probably half an hour down the road from me in Southfield, Michigan, and they make like tournament level controllers with buttons in the back. So where the Scuff and the Elite controller have levers, they have just little buttons that are almost flush to the back of the controller, so you have a really nice grip and you don't have the levers kind of obstructing you.
It's really the perfectly placed little buttons. You know what I mean?
It's smart. I think it's smart. Those ones start at $99, and their big thing this year is that they're pushing this idea of bringing this whole trend of tracking as much data as you possibly can. They're bringing it from traditional sports like NFL, NHL, things like that, where they're starting to use more advanced analytics. They're bringing it to gaming, and it's a natural progression in my mind, where they are going to have data chips in the controllers that send button information, thumbstick movement data, everything to an app on your phone. You can remap all your buttons on your phone. You get real-time feedback, or you're able to compare your stats, your button presses to pros, understand what they're doing, what you're not doing to help improve your game. Really interesting idea. If you play a lot of Halo, it could be worth the investment. It's $200, $199 when they launch at the end of April. So it's a big investment, but I think it's really cool. The guys were super nice. Again,
yeah, they were awesome, and you could tell that they knew their stuff. They put the work in for this. It's not just some gimmick that they're throwing out. They're actually rolling these out with the plan. They know what they want to accomplish with this. Something like even with Twitch streaming, they have it so with these controllers, when you're Twitch streaming, it can show your controller in the corner.
So it shows what you're pressing when.
What you're pushing at, what you're doing while you're doing it.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's something that's awesome.
was
I
neat.
saw
Man,
it.
that is old school. You used to be able to do that when you were trying out for like Mortal Kombat. You could see all your button presses.
Yeah, they did. I mean, that's definitely an older technology, but no one's really leveraged it in the right
No,
way.
I see one person on Twitch, and I think they were probably using the Cinch Gaming thing. They were playing Rocket League, and they had it in the corner, and you could see the buttons they were pushing. And that was something that I went to that stream to see that, because we've played a little bit of Rocket League, and this guy is supposed to be really good. He had the most viewers and stuff like that. I'm like, oh, sweet, I want to see what he's pushing when and stuff like that. You know? So, I mean,
To be honest,
awesome.
like, I guess if you're not in fighting games like Mortal Kombat and stuff where you do see like your button presses, I guess you never really would think about that in these random games like Rocket League and stuff like that. It's cool to think about.
Yeah.
So
they're probably the biggest one that stuck out to me. I mean, there was a few other ones there, but they definitely made the biggest impact on me, I think.
Any energy drink companies?
I mean,
Red Bull. There's some Red Bull girls rolling
Red Bull
around.
girls showed up.
Getting hounded by gamers.
Yeah, people were like,
Red Bull!
They saw them, they like peeked up from behind their computers. They're like, huh? Red Bull!
Red
And they
Bull!
started like
Red Bull!
running.
They love it though. Doing all the snowboard parks and stuff like that. There were Red Bull girls there like every other day at the Valley.
It was funny. So they were there. I mean, you saw guys there with like cases of, I don't know what drink pop thing they had, but they just had like stacks of cases next to their desk, like their land spot. They were like ready to go all night.
They wheeled it in. It's right
Yeah.
that
Oh,
way.
so they're like drinking it. Jesus.
Oh yeah,
That was their own supply.
that was
They had
their
it.
own. They came
They're
prepared.
ready to go. People don't mess around.
No. They needed to
Gamer
be
fuel.
supplied up. Yeah, exactly. These guys, they knew what's up. It reminded me a lot of RIT. So MattyIce and I went there for, well, I went there for my full college career, and Matt went there for a year. But the dorms, man, it was like this LAN party 24/7.
Unique.
Yeah.
Unique individuals. Let's put it that
The
way.
best thing is, like, and it's the same way with this Gamers for Giving. Like, gaming is what can be unique to everybody, and it is what you make of it, but everybody is welcome to have it.
Right, yeah, not in
be
a bad
their
way,
own
not
way.
unique in like a weird, like
Yeah.
weirdo way. Like, I mean, I'm sure some of them are probably weirdos, but I mean, they probably think we're weirdos. Too,
Yeah,
whatever.
exactly.
But you know,
You are a
they were
weirdo.
unique, and they did their own thing. And you know, I made a comment about it as we were walking around and stuff like that. Just the amount of different games that you saw,
Yeah.
and like genres and games. I mean, these people, they're playing games, but the games are not connected in just about any way, shape, or form. Yet they're all at this event, you know,
Yeah.
as gamers. You
Yeah.
know, so it was kind of cool that there's it's when you think about it, such a broad thing, and like they all come together and they're all playing their different things in their little groups and stuff like
Yeah.
that. It was awesome.
It was cool.
Actually, that pro battle leagues is like that. Did you see that? They basically their goal is any game that's graphically like that really is fun to play, that works graphically and works with multiplayer and gaming. Like anything like that's kind of supported in the aspect of just multiplayer gaming in general. Anything that just works for multiplayer can be, I don't know, known, but it's cool that they have those little games out there. Like, what games were there, like specifically that you guys saw that you wouldn't think that would be there?
I mean, they had everything. We saw
Yeah.
people. I mean, a lot of people were just showing. Some people, like when we were there, were just showing off their ridiculous
Yeah.
setups too.
So
Like,
this
they're-
was the best thing I saw. So this guy had a ridiculous rig. First off, huge case.
A big rig, huh?
Yeah, he had a monster rig.
I feel he was overcompensating with the size of his rig.
So he also had 3 monitors set up running as one. So he was playing GTA 5 and was going first person view driving down the road, and it was just like you were there, like you were in that freaking car. It was crazy.
Ah, that would be cool.
It was pretty legit, and for having moved that, you know, he brought that from some other
Yeah.
place and set it up there.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Did you see any virtual reality setups, VR setups?
No, nothing like
Nothing,
that.
huh?
Nothing like that. There was Hearthstone, CS:GO, League of Legends,
Street Fighter,
Street Fighter,
Street Fighter, that's cool.
Stardew Valley, that game.
Stardew Valley. There probably was some guys playing The Culling. Some Halo. Some people had their Xboxes in the LAN
Yep.
party.
Any World of Warcrafters just show up to grind out some quests?
I don't think I saw
I didn't
any actually.
see any either. I wouldn't be surprised if there was one, but I mean, there was
one guy there playing WoW.
There was so many people in the LAN party section that you couldn't see everybody.
I said that'd be cool to do, like have like your own road, just be your guild and go and just do raids and stuff like that.
That would be
obviously
fun.
it's maybe a down year for WoW. You might see that next year when the thing comes out, the expansion.
New expansion.
Yeah, they don't want to hurt their Overwatch launch, so.
Well, yeah, right. It's coming. It's not coming out anytime soon, but yeah, there was Overwatch. There was just about all the Blizzard games. I saw
perfect timing for Overwatch beta, huh?
Yeah, I'm excited for that too. But we watched a couple people play Overwatch, and I don't think Sergeant's ever seen any really Overwatch, so we didn't really. But yeah, it's gonna be cool. I mean, there's a bunch of people playing that too. It's kind of like I saw more of that than I thought I would. So
that's cool. So. What did you guys do, or what could you guys do as spectators? Just spectate? Did they have things for spectators? You guys said, I heard you did a raffle.
Yeah, so there were a few things they had set up. So the raffle was, $20. You get 5 tickets. They had to have had 50 to 60 different prizes, maybe more.
Oh, at least.
I don't know. They had so many things to give away. It was incredible how some of these brands just gave so willingly things to be raffled off. So they had that, a ton of stuff to raffle off there. You could buy T-shirts, but any dollar you spent was a donation.
Right.
So you always felt good about what you were giving. So you had that part of it. You also had the go-kart set up, so you could play on that. The other cool thing that I really liked that we did was they had a stream set up on a side computer that was streaming to like particular hospitals where there were kids, so kids could be watching the stream, and you could go up.
Camera was on the go-kart.
Yeah, so the camera was on the cart, and you would stand there, and the kids would be watching you physically play, like Rocket League is what we were playing, and it was just so cool because like you're talking and your excitement and getting into the game and commentary, like there were probably some kids somewhere watching you play this game and like get a little bit of joy and brighten their day a little bit. Like
who was the guy we were talking to? I can't remember his name.
Gosh, I don't remember his name.
I want to say JJ, but I don't know if that's wrong. I could be completely wrong.
JJ,
so we'll call him JJ.
RJ?
Something like that.
Yeah.
We'll call him Jay. Jay. So we were talking with Jay. He was he works at the hospital with the kids, kind of doing kind of in charge of their quality of life type of thing. So the quality of life specialist for the kids in the hospitals. So we were talking about, and he was talking about how the go-karts, work in the hospitals and what he does and stuff like that. So I'm sure they enjoyed our conversations about that.
Right.
Kids like talking about psychology and stuff. They're probably like, good Lord, just play the game, people.
I will say we did. I think we ran up the score on him. I feel sorry for you. I'm sorry, Jay. We didn't mean to do that.
He wasn't ready. He's like, you guys play this game before?
What game was it?
Rocket League.
Oh, okay, it was Rocket League. You did say that.
Yeah.
And it was 2-on-1 too, so I wasn't.
Yeah, so he was.
I was hanging back. I was kind of. I wasn't. We weren't running it up too bad.
They had a few other games set up that you could play. I wasn't quite sure how that was being run. They had a little bit of a setup with Gamer Saloon, which I don't have a complete handle on what that's all about. So that was kind of
a place that just brings games places.
No, it has to do with playing games, winning cash.
Right.
Registering playing games, winning cash.
Like they had Smash on there, so that's probably as far as like a tournament kind of deal type of thing. Yeah,
so they had those types of thing going. So that was the most that you could do spectator wise, and then you walk around, see what guys are playing at the LANs, check out their setups. There was a Call of Duty tournament going on, and there was supposed to be a Halo tournament, so you could watch those as well.
What do you mean supposed to be a Halo tournament?
Yeah, so that was kind of a bit of a letdown. They hit some technical glitches when they tried to set up all of the Xboxes, so 8 Xboxes on the same network. They kept getting hit with strict nats, and they were just getting dropped from games left and right when they synced up. I mean, they were on the phone with tech support, 343 tech support all day, trying to everything they possibly could. There was nothing that they could do to really remedy the situation, which was too bad. But I will say, Crazy Miller, big part of the Michigan LAN scene, ended up inviting everybody that was supposed to be in the tournament over to his house to LAN all night, all Sunday night to today, and I think it ended up going to like 3 or 4 in the morning, Monday morning. And it was just so cool to see a community member step up and essentially save the day. You know, there were guys that drove from Chicago and all over the country to play in this tournament and weren't able to, but he was able to invite them over and still put something together.
Does he just own a massive house, or
no? I was looking at pictures that they were tweeting out, and they were just all crammed into his basement. They had 2 tables with 4 TVs on each side.
That's what it's all
Old
about.
School.
It was awesome. It was
probably
very
some
cool.
Straight up
That's
nostalgia
so cool.
going on for all those people too.
Yeah.
That's where some friendships are made.
I mean, it was legit. I mean, the LAN scene out here is crazy. So I know he's hosted them in the past, and he tweeted out, he's like, "I'm hosting it at my house. When you see the red and blue lights outside, you know you've made it to the LAN house." And it's like, all right, that's sweet.
All
done.
Cool.
All done.
So they had problems connecting the Xboxes together. So there's no LAN for Xboxes anymore.
No, it has to be online. You have to be connected online. So they have
Can't
their own
even
server.
use like, what did we use before? Like a DNS port?
Yeah, we had a hub.
A hub.
I mean, they had their own server. They had people like were playing on the internet on their computers and stuff like that. So it just was the compatibility between the server that they were, or whatever you call it, however they had the internet set up, and then with the Xbox, it just wasn't going through to let them play. So
it's all that DRM stuff.
Yeah, I mean, it's
a
a shame.
No idea what the issue is. I was reading that they got custom servers set up for regionals and worlds. Obviously, those have to go off. So they did everything they possibly could, setting up custom servers for that piece, and somehow solved this issue. But
I'm guessing it was just something to do with the compatibility of what they were using to host their internet in that.
It had to be, because obviously they went over to Miller's house and didn't have an issue. So yeah, it's just it's a matter of how they were running it, and they just there wasn't a workaround at the time. They were saying that they ran testing also leading up to this, and it didn't. This problem did not show itself in testing. So
when 200 people or 500 people are all on their computers playing.
I actually wanted to mention this. How massive did you guys feel like it really was when you got there? Like, I mean, coming from like parking your car to the amount of people outside, just like around the area, like stuff like that.
The parking lot was packed. It was completely full. Like when we pulled up, I was blown away by how packed the parking lot was. And then we walked inside, and it was in a big basketball arena, so the entire floor was covered with people. Yeah,
the entire floor was covered with tables and people, and every land station was sold out. So I mean,
that's cool. So this is the biggest gaming event that either one of you went to personally.
Yeah.
Like, what did you feel when you walked into this arena? Like, what did you actually like feel?
Personally, I was really excited for one, but I was also kind of intimidated because it was my first one, and I was like, all right, like I'm coming in, we do this podcast. I have like the podcast shirt on. Like, all right, I feel like I'm a part of this.
Delta Halo shirt.
I feel like I'm a part of this scene. Like I was confident, but I was also intimidated because you're coming in and it's like this scene that was for gaming for my entire life. Going into that, I kind of felt like an outsider a little bit until I had gotten time to like talk to people and like really become a part of it. But when you've never gone into that environment, it feels a little bit foreign.
We were also 2 dudes just wandering around, too.
Sure. I feel like if we had computers to set up, get in a LAN party, it would have been different feeling, because it's like, all right, I'm here, I'm a part of this, I'm ready to game, and we were just kind of like, walking around talking to people.
Next year, when we get our own row, we'll be the big dogs in the arena.
Yeah, well, for all of you,
know what's up.
Yeah, for all of you listeners, we've never done anything like that massive. We kind of lived out in the country, and it was limited to what we talked about our first couple episodes. So like my little bedroom, the bakery, Holdren's houses on his birthday parties.
We just never really had the opportunity to go anywhere.
Like we've searched for him though. Like I found one that was trying to host one in Buffalo, but it just really wasn't around here. There's nothing.
There's like when we talked about as far as like the Michigan scene being something that's kind of cool and stuff like that. We were talking about Walshy and with the guys from Cinch Gaming and stuff like that. I think we had both mentioned about how awesome Michigan is as far as, gaming scene and LAN and scene and stuff like that, and we just didn't have that in our area. Like this is just that simple.
Yeah, I mean, you look at so many of the Halo pros right now. So many of them are from Michigan. I mean, Walshy's from Michigan, Lethal's from Michigan. There's a bunch of guys from Michigan right now in the Halo pro scene, and it's you see, all
something
those
in the water.
Yeah, it must be.
That's cool. Yeah, I feel like it'd be quite overwhelming walking to something like that, but
it
was cool.
But yeah,
a sense of accomplishment, man. We're a part of that movement.
Yeah, exactly. We are a part of it, and like once you start to like be an equal with these people and just talk to them, they open up, and it's just like, yeah, everyone's welcome. It was really cool.
Yeah, we went into it not really knowing what to expect, and I'm glad we did go check it out. I'm very glad, I'm glad to make the trip up. I'm glad we went and checked it out and saw what it is, because I left and I'm like, all right, we need to do this next year. I'm super pumped about it, So
it's super cool. We're doing it for sure. Right when they announce it next year, we're getting land spots immediately.
I'll throw down.
I'll actually get to take off at work too.
Yeah, right. We'll do it. We'll figure it out ahead enough time.
Some proper planning.
We can all get time off. We can all get our computers, even if we don't. We'll buy enough spaces for everybody, even if it's only like 4 or 5 of us. We'll buy like 6 or 7.
Yeah, we'll bring Sergeant
huge.
and Sergeant and the Mista. We'll bring the Mac scene.
Bringing it
to
big.
the arena.
How many Macs did you see there?
0.
Yes, dude. You're gonna roll up with your Mac playing some League of Legends, dude. People are gonna hate on you.
No, I think we were talking
Mista
about
has his MacBook too, so
God. We were thinking about it. I think I will probably, we're definitely doing it. So when I get my bonus next year, I will build a gaming PC for it.
You're gonna build a PC? Because I've been thinking about it. My laptop is. I'll just roll in with my little laptop.
There were a few people with laptops there.
All right, my laptop is fine.
it's not about the size of the computer, Cat. It's how you use it. You all know that.
Not about the size of the rig.
So, that's pretty funny. Yeah.
Some of the computers there were ridiculous. So unless you want to spend $2 to $3 grand on your computer, you're gonna feel underwhelmed. Let's put it that way. It's just
inadequate.
It was ridiculous. Yes. So, but that was sick. It was actually really cool to check out some people's computers and their setups and stuff like that, because it's sick. It was dope.
Yeah.
All right. So that was Gamers for Giving.
Woo.
We went on for quite a long time about that. We want to jump to our weekly intel. This weekend is the event of all events. It's what we've been building up to since Halo 5 has been released. The Championship Series Worlds Finals, $2.5 million. I mean, everything's going down this weekend out in Hollywood, California. Top teams from around the world competing for the cash. So let's get into the weekly intel and do a little bit of preview. Weekly intel. So the event coming up in Hollywood. Off the top, it's the worst timing. I'm not going to be able to watch it this weekend.
We're going to have to do some catching up. First of all, who has a big event like this that's on Twitch, like you want to watch it, but it's St. Patty's Day weekend? Come on.
I know. It's tough timing.
So I know, Holdren looks. I don't really have an Irish name, but I'm Irish.
But yeah, I mean it's tough. So I'll be up north in Michigan.
Plus
probably
it's your birthday, so.
No Wi-Fi.
Look at my hair, dude. It's partially red.
Yeah. Everybody's Irish. It doesn't even matter, but
on that day, yeah. For sure.
But yeah, so I'll be up north in Michigan. I'll hopefully be able to follow along on Twitter, but I won't be able to see any of the streams. So you guys are gonna have to be all over it, keeping me up to date and tweeting out some updates.
Yes,
what do I have going on?
As much as possible, and I'm also going to do like a giant catch-up session.
There you go. Nice.
Catch-up.
We'll get into it, even if we're a little behind.
A little cats up session.
Cats up.
Cats up. All right, so some details for you guys if you're wondering how you can watch. The cool thing is there's going to be 2 stages, main stage and second stage, which there was at regionals, but they didn't have a stream for the second stage. They will have a stream this time. Main stage will be on twitch.tv/Halo. Second stage is on twitch.tv/ep.17. ESL_Halo. So there will always be a spot for you to catch the action. If there's no game happening currently on the main stage, go to the second stage, or likewise. They're really trying to go all out and give you as much coverage as possible, so it's super cool. They're also going to broadcast the finals that will happen on Sunday on the Xbox Live Events app. So I don't know why you wouldn't have the Twitch app if you have an Xbox, but that's another option for you to watch it. So they're really going all out to give you as much coverage as possible.
Well, I think that's a big deal too, actually, because we're kind of into Twitch and we know about Twitch and stuff like that. And we follow it, but I think it's a big deal as far as like, hey, home screen, turn on my Xbox.
True.
What's this? Oh, Halo Championships. Let's watch that. You know what I mean?
So. That's a good point.
Yeah, and Microsoft isn't gonna forfeit the opportunity to gain some viewers on that.
They're gonna do everything they can.
They're not gonna give that front spot to Twitch. That's for sure.
That's a good point. I mean, they're gonna do everything they can when it comes to the finals and gain all the viewers they can. But I mean, they're gonna.
I'm okay with it.
Yeah. I mean, why not? If it'll help catch the casuals that don't know about it. I mean, we'll know about it because we are so deep into the Halo scene. But people that play other games, I mean, Halo isn't everything, obviously. But
I feel like I would rather use the Halo player. I mean, the Halo player.
The Xbox player.
The Xbox player. Yeah. I just feel like I don't know. I'd just rather use it because it's just actual Xbox app. I don't know.
It might just throw it right to the Twitch stream, I would guess, but who knows? But I think it's at least cool it's there, So
yeah, and they are gonna have all-star set of casters again. You got Golden Boy, who we had a chance to actually run into. Didn't get really talk to him, but we ran into him out at Gamers for Giving. So Golden Boy will be there. Walshy, Strong Side, Onset, Bravo, Wrath, and Sims. I mean, they're gonna have a huge cast there for this. And as they should.
Be ready to throw down, I'm sure.
As they should. So that's awesome. There's going to be a lot of really good commentary from those guys. And, I mean, you want to get into talking about the groups a little bit?
Absolutely. Let's do it. I think it's it's awesome. I think they've been building up for this, like you said, even with the commentators. The commentators have been building up to this, too, They're all primed and ready to go, so I'm excited for it. So yeah, we'll go through. Want to just go through the group by group type of thing?
Yeah, let's just run through the groups here, and each of us, let's pick out. Who we gonna think? Who do you think will be the top two from each group to advance? And then we'll go like 1, 2, 3. Who's gonna be gold? Who's gonna be silver? Who's gonna be bronze?
Right.
I have no idea why my dog keeps freaking out.
Well, he's excited.
He's pumped for the Halo Championships as well.
I live in the house. I live right next to a main highway. He gets kind of nuts sometimes.
Back in the house. That's all you got to know. So we got Group A. So we got, first off, Group A, you see Chosen Squad is
Mexico, it looks like.
Latin
American team.
So they came out of that region. So they got the number 1 seed, or whatever you want to call it, as far as like the pooling goes. Mm-hmm. You got Excel coming out of the EU. So some Brits.
Excel is coming from... Where are they coming from? Yeah, is it EU?
EU,
okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
EU.
Yeah,
Don't doubt.
That's my bad.
Okay. We got Allegiance coming out of EU, coming from Brits.
Allegiance?
I'm kidding.
Come on.
It's a joke.
You got me, dude.
So yeah, everyone knows Allegiance and Liquid. So
yeah, NA teams.
NA teams coming out of that, rounding off that group. So
I'm going for the Asian persuasion here.
That Asian persuasion's Group D.
You go right to the D.
Jumping the gun.
He jumps right to the D every time. Sometimes you got to build it up before you get to the D.
I'm sorry, my computer was scrolled a little too far. It was at the top of my page.
Oh my god. Alright, so Group A, Latin America, EU, and 2 NA teams, Allegiance, Liquid. I don't think it's even going to be close. Allegiance and Liquid coming out? What do you guys think?
I mean, I'm not sold on Liquid. I don't know what team they're going to be.
Yeah, I mean, that's a good
they
point.
play well sometimes, and other times they kind of shit the bed a little bit. I think Allegiance is coming out pretty easily. I think that's something that we all expected to happen. But honestly, I don't know a lot about Chosen Squad or XL, and I think we'll probably get into this a little bit as far as like we don't know a lot of the other regions teams. Being NA, we live in North America, and in United States of America.
United States.
Yes, those United States.
The U.S. of A.
Yes, exactly. So obviously, that's what's around us and what's available to us more. So we really don't know, other than what we saw at X Games, we really don't know much about the other teams. And other than that, that's just Epsilon. So, Chosen Squad or Excel, I think I'm excited to see what they can do. I think it has a whole other level of unknown. And with a team like Liquid, I think that kind of could set the stage a little bit for an upset. So.
I feel that same way about all the groups. Teams coming from other parts of the world. I'm really excited to learn more about them and understand what they're like, because we don't know. We don't know how they play or what they're all about.
And Halo's kind of been dominated by NA, historically, but
NA's strong.
So we got to go through the groups again, but Liquid, Renegades, Elevate, and Cloud9 are all teams that are lower level NA teams that you could probably see get upset.
Yeah,
I don't think it's out of the realm of possibility that
they could get knocked out.
Some of those don't get out of the group, so who knows?
Yeah, so that's Group A. Kat, who are your two coming out of Group A?
I'm probably gonna stick with Allegiance. See them upset Liquid a little bit. That's who I'm gonna go with through Group A.
Those are the two you got coming out. Allegiance.
He's a homer. He's a homer.
No, just Allegiance.
Well, two come out, so there's got to be another one.
I wish I could see him. It's too far away on my screen. I can't read anything.
Allegiance. Go with Allegiance and Liquid. I think that's a solid bet.
Aren't they playing against each other?
Yeah, but two have to come out of the group. There's 4 in each group, and 2 have to come out.
Okay.
You need to watch more soccer.
Yes, yeah. These even last time, dude, when they were doing like presets or a bunch of bullcrap like that, I couldn't follow it. It's so mad.
Okay, so you know how it works. Group B, there's 4 teams. Pick 2 of the 4. All right?
Okay.
All right, we got
Allegiance and Liquid.
All right,
and I think I'm actually going to take Allegiance, and I'm going to go that Excel's going to get out of there too.
Oh, interesting. Well,
okay.
I'm not going out on the limb here. Allegiance,
just me on the limb hanging out by myself.
Liquid, yeah.
Very thin limb too, so probably best that I'm by myself.
Thin limb.
Thin limb.
All right, Group B, we've got Infused coming from the UK. We've got Exiles coming out of Australia, New Zealand.
Oi! Put a shrimp on the Barbie.
Put a shrimp on the Bobby. Yeah, I don't even know what that is.
They're going to show up. They're just going to show up with shrimp. And
shrimp in a little Weber grill.
It's going to play an Halo and then flipping the shrimp while they're on the
That's
kill
so
screen.
Bad.
Fantastic.
And then you got Favorites, Evil Geniuses, and Renegades. So, again, Infused and Exiles unknowns here, but I've heard rumblings, Infused could make a move. They could take out Renegades. I mean, Evil Geniuses are coming out no matter what. That's a foregone conclusion. Evil Geniuses is coming out. It's a matter of who's coming in second in that group.
Yeah, that's kind of a common theme. Maybe with the exception of Group C, because who knows about the Nile, really. But, EG is good. Renegades can play well. We've seen that before. But, you look at Exiles, kind of an unknown, and, they live in Australia. Everything wants to kill you in Australia. So, you got to figure they'll be on top of their game.
They're deadly.
They're survivors. But, EG and Renegades all the way.
Kat?
I'm going to side with EG. He's a fan favorite. They're a fan favorite for sure. But I want to see what we got out of Exiles. Got high hopes for him.
All right, going for the Aussie.
You're not getting too much
revenge.
chatter about him, So I just I keep hitting my keyboard. It's just going to be an exciting surprise. So
all right, well, that's an interesting choice, interesting prediction. We got to mark these down so we can come back next week and see how we did.
Yeah, we do. I really like underdogs, though I'm always going to root for the underdog. It's just more exciting that way. They win.
Underdogs down under, too.
Hey.
I am rolling with the
Wow,
you
got
absolutely rolling.
All I gotta go with Evil Geniuses for sure, and then I'm gonna take Infused because they have a sweet looking logo. He looks mean, and I think that will intimidate Renegades. As much as I like Renegades, they might make some moves. Infused there.
Infused does have a sweet looking logo though. That's the first thing I thought when I was looking at their stuff.
So now we're pretty much going. We're devolving to like NCAA March Madness, like territory where you don't know who the hell the team is, so we're just picking up based on the mascot.
Yeah, exactly.
Which if you're better off doing that than you are freaking spending 12 hours like I normally do on basketball and trying to figure out the bracket and then losing in the first day. So
yeah,
did you guys see any mascots at the benefit? At the event? Nothing? Nope. No mascots?
No mascots. Man. No
nothing like it.
No nothing.
How do I sign up as a pro gaming mascot?
I think you can come as our mascot next year.
Yes.
You'd be our in-house Fury.
Just get a cat.
Furry. Yeah, you should be a cat. What do you think cat ears?
I'm just going to go there as myself.
All right, Group C.
Group C.
Yeah. Onward and upward. We got Immunity coming out of New Zealand. You got Denial. Everyone knows Denial made a big splash in the NA Regionals, so I'm interested to see what they can do. We got Fabe, which may be pronounced differently considering they are German, right? German?
Yeah, German.
German's
Fabe.
German. It's probably like some angry words like Fabe, like some yelling going on. I'm also being wildly offensive towards people's
you really right now. On a roll right now. Shrimp on a Barbie. Angry
and then last but not least, coming out of the NA, we got Elevate as well. So,
this could be a toss subgroup.
Interesting.
I saw a post on the TeamBeyond.net forums, and someone was breaking down all the scrims that these guys have been going through lately. And Denial, for as well as they played in the NA regionals, have cooled off a little bit since then, and I think they're close to 500 in their scrims. So who knows? I mean, LAN online, there's a big difference there, so you can't really put too much weight behind it. But
because you're poking around different strategies and stuff too.
Yeah, absolutely. You don't know what they're trying to learn, what they're trying to bring together, so you don't really know there. And I also saw that Boo Boo was in a group chat or something, and he was asking how to not freeze up in front of girls when he's talking to them. So that's a very interesting strategy that he's working on there. So I don't know how that's going to play out for them.
I mean, it's a bold strategy, Cotton.
We'll see how it plays out for him.
Yeah. I mean, who doesn't want that advice, though? I mean,
exactly.
When you figure it out, let me know.
Yeah.
I find alcohol does the trick, but maybe that's probably not the best thing to do before a Halo match.
Yeah. So it might not even be allowed anymore. They're gonna drug test you.
I mean, really, he should just win the million, and then it doesn't even matter if you freeze up.
Just make it rain.
Yeah.
You're good to go.
I can't talk. Make it rain.
Come out of this.
Johnny Manziel, right? I can't hear you over my money. Wasn't that him? Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, Patrick Waugh can't hear because he's got two Stanley Cup rings in his ears. That's it. Just win. That's all you got to do, Boo Boo. Just win.
Right.
As we've come to that conclusion.
No matter what.
So who do you feel like you're going for that's coming out of this group here?
I like Denial. That's the easy pick, I think. I think they will come back strong. As far as anything past there, I don't know. Let's see. I'll go with Immunity. I've always wanted to visit Australia and New Zealand, so maybe if I get on their good side, they'll welcome me down at some point. So Immunity and Denial are where I'm going here.
Yeah, Denial. We can all agree on Denial, probably, right?
I think so, but I mean,
they kind of came out. They're a fan favorite for me on that group, at least for sure. Elevate Wildcats, I'm gonna go with, obviously because it has cats in the name, and I don't know anybody else, but I'm excited for that. I mean, with the name of Elevate Wildcats, you gotta expect something, right?
I had no idea they were the Wildcats.
Everyone's a Wildcat. It's like college sports. Everyone's a Wildcat.
Elevated.
My college team. It's
That's
Casanova
true.
Wildcats, for
That's
God's
true.
sakes. There's not a Wildcat anywhere in Casanova.
It's like Wildcats and Tigers.
Yeah. It's ridiculous.
Elevate
It's still
Wildcats.
Wildcats. Damn it.
There's just cats everywhere. Yeah, I mean, I think Denial can. They show that they can play. So I think you go with them. As far as like immunity, and I don't know how much stake you put in the chalk of being the number 1 seed coming out of that region. I'm not sure. I really don't know. We've seen the European teams can play a little bit, but then we've also seen them kind of get just blasted.
Penta, poor Penta.
So yeah, I'm gonna take the Germans too in this. So I'm gonna take
all right.
Denial and
for all the trash you were talking on them,
Fabi.
now you're taking.
I mean, they know how to build an empire. They just Ein's fine, build it up,
my God,
and
he's still going.
good to go. Good to go.
Heinz.
Ein's fine. They build it up and they celebrate by just killing everyone. So
Das Boot.
All right,
That's right.
Let's cut Matty off before he gets us in trouble.
All right. Group D is
one Cat's excited about. Cat was excited about getting.
You got what? Cloud9.
this is what you were
Epsilon.
like. Cat wanted the D to be first.
I know. That's why he said he wanted to get to it. He was excited about it.
Let me make sure it's right. Cloud9, Epsilon, Skyfire, and CLG.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, you guys know. I'm excited for the Asian persuasion. I jumped the gun a little bit earlier in the episode about it. I was that excited. A little premature. But I mean, Skyfire, I don't know anything about him. I'll be completely honest. I don't know anything. But the emblem, the name.
What is that? A dragon or a unicorn?
Oh, it's a dragon.
Like,
They're from. I'm not being like ethnically douchebaggy, but they're from China, and it's definitely
it's a seahorse.
legitimately one of the Chinese, like the whole dragon thing.
Okay, dragon flying in the sky, fire coming from the sky, Skyfire.
Yeah, that
Okay,
makes sense.
There we go.
Mm-hmm.
Dragon it
Really
is.
broke that one down. I mean, Cloud9 got me there. I got Cloud9, but I don't know what the symbol is. Some kind of like squid.
It's nines in the shape of a cloud.
That is really good.
You need to watch more esports, Cat.
Sorry.
Like the biggest name.
I don't got that kind of engineer eye for things like that.
Designer's eye.
I don't got a designer eye.
So the interesting thing about Cloud9, before we move on here, is they, I don't know if it's bought or acquired the Triggers Pound team. So all those guys from regionals, Triggers Pound, are now a part of Cloud9. So that's just a little fun fact for you.
Let's float some money out there, get some new players.
Right.
But
What do you got? What do you thinking, Sergeant? What do you got for me?
CLG, number 1, obviously.
Yeah.
They're going to roll. They are going to roll. And then I'm really torn here. I know Epsilon will... no one's going to beat CLG. CLG is going to run the table. They won't lose in the group stage. It's a matter of determining who can really kind of take the lead out of the other 3 there. Oh, gosh. I want to jump on the Skyfire bandwagon, but Xbox isn't very popular in Asia. And I got to think, how long have these guys been playing Halo? I don't know. I mean... They're naturally good at video games, so maybe they picked it up and they're just...
That
naturally
is so
good at video games.
racist.
That makes no sense. It's
What are
not
you talking
racist.
about?
It doesn't make any sense.
They're great at video
They're
games over
Asian.
there.
They're just obviously already good at it.
No, but who are like the top StarCraft players and things like that?
Korean.
I'm not saying
It's Asian.
The
I'm not saying
statistics
China.
probably are there.
Oh,
but
my
I get
goodness.
your point. It's not naturally.
you
though.
got
It's a
Matty
matter
Ice
of
rubbing
their-
up on you over here.
Their work ethics and
Yeah, they have a great
their-
work ethic. They put
There
in
you go.
the
It
time.
really is too. Like they're practicing and how they approach and how they
You
approach
dig yourself
going
a
into
T-roll.
esports. No, like legitimately. And this is kind of like where I'm unsure with Skyfire, and I like Epsilon a lot. And I think they're a good team. I think they can hang with Cloud9. I think CLG walks, but with Skyfire, you do see it where, like we've talked about before. I follow a lot of League of Legends, and the Koreans just dominate. They really do.
See, that's my point.
Yeah. but not naturally.
All right, fine. Naturally,
Naturally.
that was the wrong choice of word.
Just
Wrong choice of word.
superior.
I got it. We'll give you a
Give me a break. Give me a break
Yeah,
here. That's
yeah.
a slip. It's a slip.
I agree. It's MattyIce's fault that you're talking like that.
Get everyone riled up.
All right, now you know what? I'm just going NA team. CLG Cloud9 coming out of the group.
All right.
Yeah, so between me, it's a coin flip between Cloud9's decent. I mean, it's between all three of them, I don't know. I think Epsilon's good. I think Cloud9's decent. And with Skyfire, I just don't know. I mean, it could be something where it's $2.5 million is coming into this tournament. You know, I obviously you can't prep for that since they've released that amount of money. But you know, if you had a decent amount of players who were invested in Halo, you know, in that region, and that really kind of went for it, you know, they could make some hay. Really just, you know, make some noise and see what happens. I don't know. That's the thing. You know, I really have no idea what's up about them, and that's why I'm super excited for the Worlds in general. Just because we don't see these regions, we don't see these teams. You see in other esports where the Asians are, you know, the Asian region is that's what I meant, is the number one seed going in all the time because they are dominant. You know, and just about every esport they're dominant.
They're good.
It'll be super interesting to see what's up. You know.
Jeez.
So I'm gonna go with Epsilon and CLG. Long story short,
I'm gonna go with Skyfire, and I'm gonna go with Epsilon.
What are you talking about?
You're not gonna go with CLG, the team that just wins just about everything.
No, I don't want CLG to win. I mean, I'd go with CLG to
so
win.
We're with our hearts now, are we? Huh?
I've been. I mean, I got Wildcats. I've got Skyfire.
Expert analysis.
This is coming from the soul. I'm bonding with this team.
All right. Well, maybe they're too big for their britches and they go in copy.
Okay, so I agree. I mean, CLG is the number one seed, but I want to see Skyfire, and then I just want to see Epsilon because they're playing CLG. Skyfire is playing Cloud9, so I'm not going to root for them. What do you guys think, though? If you're sitting here looking at the actual brackets, like Cloud9, Epsilon play at 9:25, Skyfire, Cloud9 at 10:40, so Cloud9 gets to play back-to-back games. Same thing with CLG, and then Epsilon and Skyfire get split up. So it's going to go Cloud9, Epsilon, Skyfire, Cloud9, Epsilon, CLG. See, Epsilon and Skyfire have to skip a time for gaming.
I don't think it's going to affect them. I'm guessing they have everything set up where they can stay warmed up and practice in between matches. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and honestly, what do you think would be a better way to play back-to-back like that, or get your head straight, practice a little bit more, play again? What would you rather do?
It really, I mean, so if they, I think they'll be fine. I think it's really not that big of a deal. These guys are pros at what they do. You know, they play games for a living. You know, it's not a matter of, I don't think it has anything to do with with the routine. I think is they're used to playing, skipping. But then when they scrimmage and they practice, they just play. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So it's like, I don't think maybe it'll affect someone differently. I'm not sure. Maybe you look at teams that don't land very often and it affecting them when they split up and stuff.
Yeah.
But I can't imagine it affects them that much.
I don't think it will either. But personally, I would probably want to take a break. I think just rolling, I get into the habit. I mean, yeah, when I get warmed up, I feel good, but I also go through that point of being warmed up to going to burned out and
you get warmed up ever? Are you sure? Has it happened yet?
Yeah, but you're also only doing 2 games, not a ton of games. But I see what you're saying, and I guess now that I'm thinking about it, it depends on how that first game went. If I was charging through and I was warmed up and we crushed it, I want to play another one right after it. But if I lost, I'd probably want a break. So I guess it could go
time too. So
yeah, that's true. There's quite a bit of setup because they have to switch. Like if they're switching stages or whatever too. That's a good point. So there's always going to be some downtime.
But I mean,
yeah. So then if there is that downtime between, dude, honestly, I'd want to play one after the other. I think just get it over.
I know. They're pros. I think they'll be good with it. All right, so what do we got?
It's just a thing that I was just looking at.
No, it's definitely worth noting too because you really don't pay attention to schedules and stuff like that very often. So it's a good thing to consider. So what we got, boys? What are you thinking?
It's really hard to say because I don't know how they're going to reseed after group stages. I don't know if it's going to be random or how it's going to shake out.
Want to do top 3 in no order?
Yeah, top 3, no order. Let's go for that. Let's see here. I mean, I'm not going to pick any surprises. It's going to be my boring choices here. I'm also not feeling great about it. But
should we put a wager on this?
Probably.
Yeah.
Yes.
Shot wager? What are we shooting? Jesus.
What are we shooting?
What are we taking shots of?
Heroin. I'm kidding, kids. Not really. It's a joke. A major joke. Not cool.
To be determined.
No, let's just pick something. Shots. Should we do shots? Shots of alcohol?
We can do shots.
Shots of gross.
You like gin. We can't do gin because you like it.
Well, we can give some Barton's gin. You can do Barton's gin.
I will not do gin.
Look, you hate rum, don't you?
Oh, and the best thing, we discovered that Sargent is he's become a liqueur. We'll call him an enthusiast. You could go a snob, but
oh my god.
Okay, you're gonna have to take a shot of McCormick's vodka, or Nikolai, whatever's cheaper.
I mean, that's fine. Honestly, cheap vodka is not good.
Okay,
but
you tell me what is the worst thing you don't like. What's the worst alcohol you drink? What have you been sick off of? Do you like rum?
Nothing. Yeah, I'm back on the rum train.
Back on the rum train.
There's nothing. I mean, that's all I drink now is.
What about?
Liquor, so
we can. How about this? How about this?
Yeah,
let's do a point. Let's do a little points thing here. So you get if you pick the winner, you get 10 points, and then if you pick second place, you get 5, and third place you get 3.
Okay.
Or do you want to do 7, 5, and 3?
What
7,
does that
5, and
matter? Because if it'd still be like.
So you get to pick 3. You don't have to pick.
Oh, I guess so. Because if you got first and second, someone just got first.
So the winner, whoever has the most points,
it's their choice.
Chooses the loser's shot.
Well, yeah.
Within reason.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're not picking the shots now.
We'll have to see how they shake out. We'll get the points.
I need to find out what you hate, so when I beat you, you have to.
Why? We can do our research now. It'd be fantastic. We can make it extra painful.
It's gonna be on fire too.
I want the tequila worm. Some cat's got to eat the tequila worm.
Some mezcal.
They don't sell tequila worms anymore.
All right, so I am gonna go
top 3.
CLG. God, I don't want to stick with the top teams. I really don't.
I don't either, but how can you go any other way?
Oh my god. Denial.
I mean, after regionals, it's not that big of a surprise.
And I'm gonna throw Skyfire in there for third.
Oh,
dark horse.
break the presses.
Skyfire,
Yeah.
I've got a lot riding on you.
The naturals.
Sometimes you gotta go big to go home, cat.
Charge that dinosaur dragon to victory.
Go big or go home, dinosaur dragon. All right, I'll go next. I got CLG, EG, and I'm gonna go Renegades as my third team. I'm gonna homer it up.
Bandwagon.
Interesting choice.
So
Renegade is a good third one. I was gonna throw Renegade in there, but
I'm going to.
Skyfire's got it.
I'm gonna homer it as well. CLG, Evil Geniuses, and Allegiance.
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 There it is.
Naden is coming through. He's gonna get one. He's gonna finish.
Yell
in the top 3
until everyone's head spontaneously combusts.
There's a
Please,
handicap
God, I would
bonus.
love nothing more.
There's a handicap bonus if I get Skyfire.
You don't get a handicap.
Yes, I do. You gotta do 2 shots.
Is there a spread? Do we have? We're gonna come up with a spread system
Think
now
of the
too.
spread between that and CLG and Allegiance and Denial.
Well, we don't know.
Skyfire is the number 1
They're
seed.
the number 1 seed.
Renegades is a 5.
Yeah,
so
I'm
I'm
going
pretty
with a
sure
4
I'm
seed.
up on here.
All right, I'm going Skyfire to win it.
So that's our picks. It's recorded. It's in.
It's in the audio files.
It's in the writing, so to speak. So
we'll
good
track
luck,
this
gentlemen.
down. We'll track this down.
Don't we got a trivia question?
Yeah, we'll get to that right after this quick music break. Give us a little break here.
Cat sing.
Take
Cat
it away,
sing.
Cat.
I've got no singing voice.
Voice of a
That's
songbird.
all I've got for you. Yeah.
Yeah, you can throw it in there.
Yeah.
All right,
DJ Catty Cat coming at you.
we'll be right back right after this. Okay, we are back, and we've got some trivia questions. As Kat said, I did a little bit of research where I went on the internet and searched for some Halo trivia. So don't go search this. Just use your brain.
Let me clarify this. Did you go and search for like information about Halo or legitimate pre-made Halo trivia questions?
That's for me to know and you to never find out.
You can leave that to our research and development team.
That's our R&D team. You can email them at espawnrnd@gmail.com. Okay, so I've got 2 questions.
That's not a real email.
One hard one and one relatively easy one, I believe. Which one do you guys want to answer, and which one should we save?
Yes.
MattyIce, do you have a quarter?
I have a bottle cap.
Okay, that works.
That's
Blue
better.
light, easy. Bottom of the bottle, cap, hard. Bottom of the bottle cap.
You want the harder one?
The
I
hard
don't
one.
even believe you.
It's there. It's like it bounced off my table, hit a glass, hit my box of goldfish, and then dropped.
He knows I want it easy.
Okay. Oh, it's hidden. Holy crap.
What about that one next to it?
That's that one, I promise.
When you guys go to our espawngaming@gmail.com account, you guys can say if you thought MattyIce actually flipped that and it was open or closed.
Yeah, please
Like
give us a ruling on the flipping.
I want to hear what you guys think. Then we'll make
espawngaming@gmail.com. Give us your ruling and also answer the trivia question that we will give you right after this one. All right, here we go.
hit us. Here we go.
I don't know how
Do
this
we got to
thing
buzz
works.
in or do we just shout it out?
The buzz is your name. Say your name and I'll call on you. Okay. Who announced? There are 3 multiple choices here. You can buzz in whenever you want.
Dolly Parton.
Who announced the original Halo in 1999? Was it
Cat.
Cat?
Like as in creating the game. Did I buzz too soon?
You always buzz too soon.
yeah.
Bungie.
No.
Hey,
All
no,
right.
We're talking an individual person, right?
Individual person. Here we go. I'll give you another chance if you want to make it interesting here. A. Bill Gates.
You didn't say there was an elimination.
B.
said it was
It's not
multiple choice.
unlimited answer. Guessing.
Well, you got to be clear on that.
Oh, we gotta get better
You
rules
buzzed
next
before the
time.
questions.
Jeez.
Come on.
Okay. A. Bill Gates. B. Steve Ballmer. C. Steve Jobs.
Cat.
Hold on. Matt gets to guess first. Again.
What? I buzzed in.
All right, fine. Cat, go.
B.
Is not Steve Ballmer.
I'm gonna go with I'm gonna go with Steve Jobs.
Steve Jobs sending it up. Ding, ding, ding.
Yeah.
Correct. It was Steve Jobs at a Mac World event in 1999 before Microsoft bought Bungie in 2000 and brought Combat Evolved to the Xbox.
Dude, I actually knew that back when I played Halo 2 10 years ago. But that's crazy, huh?
Yeah.
Could have changed his life. He could be alive today.
With
I don't
Halo?
think
Who knows, man?
you're right, because he didn't make enough money doing what he was doing later on. So obviously regrets that decision.
But yeah, pretty interesting. I had no idea when I
No,
looked
you
that
wouldn't
up.
think. That's kind of why. Hello. Yeah, I mean,
To the man upstairs.
Sending it up. Thank
Right.
you. Thank you.
Felt the power.
So I
felt
lost.
the Palad's pick.
It's
And-
we'll keep a running tally. It's
I want to rage quit and shut my Skype off.
1 MattyIce, 0 times 2 for Cat.
2 times 2?
You got 2 guesses at that.
You get 1. Okay.
We'll put a little asterisk by it.
This is gonna be a running series, by the way.
Yeah, we'll keep a tally going.
I mean, it's not gonna be much of a series. It's gonna get ugly quick, but
I'm gonna let you answer first.
Hey, it's
You didn't have
strategy. It's strategy.
you buzzed before even multiple choice answers came out. I don't even want to hear it.
All right, so we will let's go to the one that we'll leave the fans with here. So anyone listening, if you have the answer to this, it's not much of a not much of a question.
Hey, Junior.
It's a true or false. It's a little tricky. Don't overthink it. But send your answers to espawngaming@gmail.com or on Twitter at part_time_elite. The question, true or false? Halo 2 is the best-selling original Xbox game of all time.
And if you
I was gonna answer.
Don't answer. Well, you can guess, just don't give a reasoning, and I'm not going to tell you if you're right.
I'll say this: if you think it's false, which I don't even know if it
Hey,
is,
no, we'll just do it next episode.
give us your guess too.
Yeah,
You'll re-ask the question. We'll say what we say, and then we'll go to the fan.
yeah. We'll see.
What they-
Yeah,
what
we'll
they
call
say.
anyone out who writes in.
And no Google searching, you bastards.
No
I know you're
Google
doing
search
right
it.
now.
And if you want, say true or false, and definitely explain your answer.
Yeah. Any
Explain
explaining gets bonus points.
Explícame, por favor.
Speak
We're
of it.
Spanish speakers.
Tokame.
Okay.
Out
As
of
a
context, this
Spanish
just sounds really bad.
Yeah, well, that's fine. That's fine.
All right.
When I said it, it was out of context. I didn't know what it meant.
It's okay. It's okay.
Ignorance.
Or exchange.
I hope that was one of her cherished memories of coming here.
We became friends after that.
Yeah, he did.
Do you remember that I had a shot glass in my locker from the senior prom that I was only in 10th grade that a senior gave to me? And she told our
Ooh.
Spanish teacher that I stole it from her and hid it in my locker. Yes, Sam. You know who you are.
He's still
That
holding a
was dirty.
grudge. He's still
That was
holding
so
a grudge.
dirty. Guess who ended up with that candle? I did.
He
Sam.
lights it. He still lights it every night.
Think about your face.
Eternal flame. It's got an eternal flame in it.
No, she was actually really nice after I got to know her. So,
Nice
I
lady.
take that back, Sam.
All right.
All right, there we go. That's your question of the
Finish
week.
it up.
Send us your answers, as we said, and we look forward to the HCS World Championship Series this weekend. Any final words for episode 17?
It's well done. It's well done.
Nope, I'm excited. It's cool
I'm
to
gonna
hear
applaud myself for this episode. I
Hey.
did fantastic.
Everyone
Yeah.
clap it out. Clap it
This
out.
is a long one, man. How long did this one go?
Ooh, about an hour and 20 minutes. This is a marathon.
Jesus. We
It's an
should
hour and
part
20 minutes
two it,
of-
part 1 and part 2 it.
Compelling narrative.
Strap
full
it
of
in. Strap
Vital
it in.
information.
We'll unload it out on Twitter part by part,
will.
like the HCS announcements.
Yeah.
We can do it too, man.
All right.
Thanks, guys.
Well done,
Everybody,
gentlemen.
Wang Chung tonight. That's all I had to say.
Oh yeah. That's all you need to say.
That's all you ever need to say.